ask you 3 questions. 1.
Have you ever been sexually abused? Now keep in mind that sexual abuse may include sexual penetration, sexual touching in private and personal places on your body, including unwanted kissing or even non-contact sexual acts, such as being forced to have exposure or having to watch sexual activities. 2. When the act of sexual abuse happened, were you a child under the age of 17 when you were sexually abused?
And 3.
After being sexually abused as a child, were there additional sexual abuses either as a child, as an adolescent, a teen, or even an adult in separate situations by someone else? The My Time to Tell guide for facilitating peer support group sessions is especially designed for women and girls who've experienced child sexual abuse from ages 9 and up. The guide includes a checklist of what's needed to facilitate the peer support group sessions. Now, addressing revictimization is such an important issue from the natural, mental, and spiritual perspectives. There are often physical consequences from sexual abuse that include stomach problems, infections, headaches, and other ailments or diseases. The mental anguish from having been robbed of something that can never be recovered also takes a great emotional toll. From a spiritual perspective, many often question how God would allow someone to commit such a horrible act against a child. This questioning rarely results in an understandable response, and this seemingly lack of response may lead to challenged or even lost faith. All of these issues must be allowed to process according to the needs of each individual that has experienced sexual abuse.
Developmental psychology was developed by Piaget. And Piaget observed babies as they went through the life cycle tasks. And if you've read those books, babies grow at certain times, in certain ways, just like plants, animals, anyone. And so they observed what tasks, life cycle tasks, were mastered by the child psychologically throughout their life, throughout their young lifespan, and then as they grew into adulthood. And they've developed theories around that. And so we understand that all relationships must go through different stages.
Pastor Brady, we really appreciate how candid you are.
Thank you.
But I'd like you to take us to a place and a time where you felt that you were at that moment where you're at a low point, where you finally came to terms with, God, I need some help. I can't do this, God, I really need your help. Could you share that with us?
It's sort of difficult to talk about, but I can remember one time I had just got paid on a job, and my wife told me to come straight home, but me being hard-headed as usual, I didn't go straight home, and I went on a little drug run. I would call it a drug run, and I went and bought some some regular cocaine at that time, and bought the cocaine, bought some beer, and then I was going to go to this apartment building that I had and utilize the drugs. So I'm on my block. This is my block I grew up on, and I'm getting out the car. I had to park down from the street that particular night. So as I got out the car, and I'm, sort of happy-go-lucky with my beer and stuff like that, and all of a sudden these 3 guys jumped me that night on my own block, and when it's all over with you, I should have hit him in the head with this beer, and I should have done this, and I should have done that. I shouldn't have been drinking, is what I shouldn't have been utilizing the cocaine, is what I actually should not have done. So one guy got behind me, and he pulled my neck and began to choke me, and the other guy managed to rip my pocket, and then that's when my money fell, and that's when the cocaine fell out on the drugs. Then they picked the drugs up and they ran off. Now, after that event, I'm like, I was so upset. God, I want you to destroy all of them, destroy all of them. So all of a sudden I went in the house and I said, well, I got a little cocaine, I'm gonna get high anyway. And I still have my beer bottle and I'm gonna drink anyway. So I'm in the bathroom and I'm tooting and I'm mad and I'm tooting and I'm mad and I'm tooting. And next thing you know, before I prayed to God, I'm still mad. I'm like, God, destroy them all. To myself, I'm saying this, God, destroy them all, God, destroy them all. And I'm so glad that God's mercy would not allow because of something I was doing wrong. I think a lot of us fall into that case where we asking God to do this and God to do that, but we're the ones that's actually in the wrong. So I think that was the lowest moment of my life, to be in that bathroom and utilizing that cocaine with my clothes halfway ripped up, with my pants torn, and I'm sweating profusely in the bathroom. But one thing that I did do in the bathroom was I actually sat down in the bathroom, and that's when I broke down and started praying to God when I was inside that bathroom, because I knew that I was making a mistake, but I didn't know how to come out of the mistake. So I think that was one of the lowest moments in my life.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us.